The Arsenal captain has sustained an injury. Then Cristiano Ronaldo and David Ornstein have come out and really tipped Arsenal to go on and win the Premier League this season. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? We are into the World Cup mode, but that does not stop us from bringing you latest news and information from your favorite clubs all over the world. Rokan David is my name, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel because we are left with close to how many? Let me check. We are left with exactly 180 subscribers to hit 8,000 subscribers on this channel. So guys, please go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button by smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto our channel. That is Rokani Media Football. So yesterday the World Cup started, and you know very well how it went down. Qatar was beaten by Ecuador by 2-0. Today England is going to play Iran, and I think the team is going to be out, and I believe I'll come out and really give you a tip of what is really happening down there. And after that, we are going to be watching the game of Netherlands versus Senegal. Then there is another one, Wales versus USA. So that is how today is going to be. But with effect from tomorrow, there are going to be 4 games played, meaning that at exactly lunchtime, that's when the games are going to be kick-starting off in Doha, that is Qatar. So guys, let me jet into this, as it's not a good story coming in from Arsenal. The Arsenal captain, who goes by the names of Odegaard, who was at the national duty, has really sustained an injury. We've been told by ABC Hayeta, coming in from Norway, that Odegaard got a knock to his ankle yesterday versus Finland. Odegaard got hit towards the end of the match and was clearly in pain. Afterwards, the game, he did not appear in the interview zone. He was one of the last to leave, and he limped onto the player bus. Now, this was the most informed player by the time Arsenal went into the World Cup break, and they're on top of the table. Martin Odegaard, my favorite Arsenal player. I really love him a lot. You know, I don't support Arsenal, but there are players that Arsenal wish they were at my team, Manchester United. But Martin Odegaard puts all Arsenal fans in frenzy when they hear this news that he's injured. Why? He's the one tailor-made for that central attack midfield area of Arsenal. And we saw to it that even when Fabio Vieira is in, Martin Odegaard can thrive and they can play together alongside Thomas Partey playing in a single pivot. So, him sustaining an ankle injury leaves Mikel Arteta in loads of worry, because right now, today is 21st, that means we are left with how many days? We are left with how many days? 30, close to 35 days for Arsenal to play its next game into the Premier League, and they're going to be playing against West Ham. Now, is Martin Odegaard going to go on and heal? I believe this is not the first time this season Martin Odegaard is suffering from the ankle injury. Remember, even towards the international break, when Arsenal went ahead to play a team which goes by the names of Brentford and they beat it by 3-0, Martin Odegaard sustained an ankle injury in the training and he never took part into that game. But we are all shocked that after that, he managed to go on and pass the late fitness test to play the game of Norway, where they were beaten, I think, by Slovenia. They were beaten by 2-1, I think, by Slovenia. Obviously, Benjamin Šeško was on target and Haaland was on target too in the first half. And he played that game close to 78 minutes, that is Martin Odegaard. And he returned and played against Tottenham Hotspur. So, looks like Martin Odegaard is not an injury-prone player. And what shouldn't worry many Arsenal fans is what is going to come from the scan. I believe he's going to fly to London Conley, and he's going to be examined by the physios to see how bad the injury is. And I know we are going to be late known of the results coming in from the scan of Martin Odegaard. It's not good news, obviously, because you would be expecting the likes of Martin Odegaard to be getting a rest, because this season Martin Odegaard has played very many games of football. I believe the only game of Arsenal that missed in the Premier League is that one against Brentford when he was injured. But the rest of the 13 games, he has been one of the pivotal players to go on and help Arsenal do the needful, scoring 6 and putting up close to 3 or 4 assists in those Premier League games. That is Martin Odegaard for you, injured, and he was seen limping onto the player bus. So it shows you that he was really in deep pain, but obviously we know these whites, they respond quickly, and I believe the precaution was taken. First aid was given to Martin Odegaard. I believe it's the last game they played, and he's going to go on and really return to London Conley and see how they're going to plan for Arsenal. And by the way, where does this hit Mikel Arteta? But I believe a week from now, Arsenal are going to travel to Dubai to undergo their World Cup break because there is their World Cup heat training in Dubai, because for Dubai during the day it's always hot nowadays, and that's why players are really going to be going that side. And Mikel Arteta explained to the media as to why Arsenal is going to go on and take its training that side. Reason being, Dubai is near Qatar. It's going to be very easy for Arsenal players who are participating in the World Cup to reconnect with Arsenal there, especially those that are going to be knocked out early enough. So let's wait and see what's going to happen as far as Martin Odegaard is concerned and his injury to Arsenal. Now, we all know that Cristiano Ronaldo really held a very huge interview with Piers Morgan, an Arsenal fan. Obviously, he talked lots of things that never concerned Arsenal, apart from coming out and really hailing Arsenal that United has fallen off. It's not at the level of Man City, Liverpool, and Arsenal now. Then he came out and responded to a question of Piers Morgan of who he thinks is going to go on and win the title. And in his own words, this is what Cristiano Ronaldo had to go on and really tell Piers Morgan. Cristiano Ronaldo told Piers Morgan the following: that United, he was asked on who he sees is winning the Premier League this season. He said Manchester United first. If not, Arsenal is some team that I like to see play. I like the team, the coach. I think they have a good team. And if United don't win the Premier League, I will be happy if Arsenal do so. Obviously, we expected such a response from Cristiano Ronaldo because he was being interviewed by his friend Piers Morgan, who supports Arsenal. Then the other perspective is there are linking Ronaldo to Arsenal, and obviously Ronaldo has to go on and really talk good, all well, to all teams that can go in and pick interest in him, and Arsenal might be one of those, but I'm going to tackle that story another day. But him coming out and really tipping Arsenal to win the Premier League is great, because that means Arsenal is being looked at by everyone and appreciated by one of the goats in the world football. Mikel Arteta also deserves the credit for being one of those players, those managers that has gone ahead to transform Arsenal into the next level. I've seen Arsenal fans jubilating about winning the league, but for my case, I came out and said it even before last season. I never say they're going to win the league, but I say they're going to win 90 points. But if at all you average 90 points, obviously you are into the Premier League title. Now, right now, they're having 37 points. Not so? Arsenal are having 37 points right now in the Premier League. What does that mean? Arsenal is only left with 53 points to hit 90 points. And I believe with the form they are going in through, Arsenal is going to go on and really take it on. I know there are going to be sleepovers, but I don't think they're going to be so much terrible to see them slip off the title race. I know they are going to make some signings in January. Mikel Arteta knows it's pivotal. He can reminisce what happened this January when he failed to sign 2 players, all one player. And obviously Spurs brought in 2 in the names of Kulusevski and Bentancur, and they really got the top 4 position of Arsenal. And when they found them, they beat them by 3-0. So he knows it better, and he needs to approach this situation better. Now, it's not only Ronaldo that is talking about Arsenal winning what we call the Champions League. Sorry, the Premier League, not the Champions League. But even David Ornstein, a football correspondent at The Athletic, he has come out and told us that Arsenal are getting back to the sort of football that Arsenal became iconic for under Arsene Wenger. We've got to stop pretending that they are not in the title race. They are very much contenders in this. I doubt whether there is any right-thinking member of society who doesn't think that Arsenal is in the title race. If you are still there, you need to go on and really check your head, because you just have to know that things change. When Erik ten Hag came in at Manchester United, he said every era comes to an end. And you see, the era of Liverpool and Man City coexisted. Do you know why? They were the only two teams that were competing for the Premier League trophy. Now, the problem has come into a level that Man City is facing pressure from Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, United, and Spurs. So, how do you behave in such a manner? And in such a manner, it's very hard for a team that has very many fans not to go on and win this all over. Why? These fans are really going to go on and really find themselves into supporting their team because of its winning spree. When you look at the level of the quality of Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool, Arsenal is almost getting there. When Arsenal gets there, that means they're almost having good results on the pitch. Now, the fans will always come on and play a very huge advantage for a team that has many of those. And obviously, Arsenal overpowers Man City. That's why I've always told you that every time you see United getting back and Arsenal, that means the dominance of Man City and Liverpool is going to drop off. And it's going to be very hard for Man City and Liverpool, the likes of Chelsea, to match United and Arsenal. Do you know why? They have huge fan bases around the world. Secondly, they are now going to be attracting good players. The reason as to why Arsenal and Manchester United have not been attracting good players lately was they've not been playing the Champions League constantly. They've not been winning trophies. If Arsenal wins a trophy this season, a Premier League, they'll be in the Champions League. That means they are going to spend more. I remember yesterday I told you that Arsenal has been spending an average of close to £130 million for the previous 3 seasons. To be exact, in the summer of 2021, Arsenal spent £149 million. The summer of 2022, Arsenal spent £121 million. All of those, Arsenal has not been playing in Europe, especially the Champions League that really brings in a lot of money. Now, if they go in the Champions League next season, of which I know they are going to go because they can't slip off to that level, Arsenal can spend close to £200 million per season to inject in their team. If Mikel Arteta can get players at the level of Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, Thomas Partey, William Saliba, and adds more into that team, trust me, Man City will be nowhere near this team. If Ten Hag qualifies for the Champions League this season and gets in more good players, the battle for the trophy is going to go back between United and Arsenal. They'll be having better players, they'll be winning, and obviously there'll be a flower that every bee would like to go on and pollinate. So, it's bad news, it's a nightmare to Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea for United and Arsenal to get back to winning ways and winning trophies. That's it. But David Ornstein has talked about Arsenal getting back to their iconic footballing ways, all sort of football they used to play under Arsene Wenger. They used to play very attractive football, and Mikel Arteta has reinstated it back at the club of Arsenal. They are really playing better, and he has told everyone that let's stop pretending that they are not in the title race. They are very much contenders in this. And who is he telling? He's telling Gary Neville, and I think he was on Sky Sports News when he was talking to Gary Neville, and he was telling him, please, you've said that Arsenal are going to be 15 points behind Man City by the end of the season. Now everything looks like it has turned around. And he said it recently, like 2-3 weeks back. That's what Gary Neville said, but David Ornstein told him, let's not pretend that Arsenal aren't in the title race. Arsenal are in the title race, and obviously I know they are going to come out and really put up a very good resistance against Man City. I know they are going to win very many games. So they're having a tricky January. I know in that January month they are going to fix in the game of Man City. They're supposed to play Manchester United. They're supposed to play Tottenham Hotspur. They're supposed to play West Ham. They're supposed to play Newcastle. So this January month is going to be so much determinant on what Arsenal is going to get in the end of the season. But obviously, to give Arsenal a very good clue of what the Premier League is all about, Sir Alex Ferguson said always that a team that can win all its games from March, all 90% of its games from March up to May, is the team that can win the trophy. Meaning that Arsenal, even if they fail off like how many positions back, even if they pull off like 3 points back, they can go ahead and really win the trophy if at all they win their games in March. Thank you guys for watching in. I hand you over the mighty Lord. Thank you for watching in. Your reactions are eagerly welcome. I'm out.